Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Dee, and today we are going to be making a birthday card for our nephew, who will be turning 9 years old. It's a little bit, in a few days from now. Okay, so we are going to base it on this magazine page that I saved. I used to get this magazine called Card Making and Papercraft.com. No, wrong. Quick Cards Made Easy. That was the name of it. That was their website back when they were in operation, and they're no longer producing, I don't think. So anyway, I'm going to make this for Noah, and it will be a square card like this. It will be a different design, of course, but anyway, so I'm going to set this aside for now and we'll get started. Okay, so to begin with, I cut out a piece of 5.5 by 11 inch cardstock, and that's what we'll make, and of course scored it at the 5.5 mark, and that will make our square card. And I have this layering piece. It's very thin, just layering weight that we will glue on here, and then I have some other parts of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so Noah will be turning 9, like I said. So he's still into animals. He's still, into kid stuff. The kid has a funny sense of humor, so I think he'll appreciate the skunks that are in this design. And that will give him a giggle, I think. Okay, so let's get this glued. Make sure I got it. There we go. Pretty evenly. Okay, and since this is 5.5 by 5.5, this layering piece is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Because I've mentioned before, I like that little 1/4 inch border that's there. Now, what is next are these pieces, and what I did was take a 4-inch square of white cardstock, and this is good card weight. I don't know what the weight is, but it's definitely sturdy enough. And then that was 4 by 4. No, sorry, wrong. Guys, I'm kind of I'll explain why I'm not thinking straight in a little bit. Okay, this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe. And this piece of skunk paper was 4 by 4. So what I did was I cut it just down the middle. Okay, so we will glue these pieces together. This border is going to be narrower. It'll be 1/8 of an inch border. And let's get this glued on here first. And the reason, I guess I'll just share this with you, is that I've been having some heart issues, and so I've seen a cardiologist and had a stress test and images taken, and basically I will be having a heart cath procedure next week. And so I just got that scheduled this morning, so that's on my mind, and maybe that's why I'm not quite thinking straight. But anyway, so we will take this and we will glue it in the corner here, okay? Now, what I want to make sure I do is, because this is going to be like a pocket, okay? We are going to glue just on these 2 right angle sides and just along the edge. That's it. Okay, I'm telling myself that out loud with you so that hopefully I don't forget. So just that right angle side and just this right angle side. And then we will try to get it placed so that there's a nice even border. And that wasn't it. Okay, I have a little glue leakage, but once it's dried, it really won't show. So I'm not going to be concerned about that. Now, then we have our little pocket. Now I'm going to let that continue to dry a little bit, and we will set that up a little bit. Now, we have this, I believe it's, hang on, let me get my ruler, hang on. Okay, I believe it's 1 3/4. Yeah, 1 3/4 wide and 7 inches long. Now, I thought it would be good because Noah likes to read, and this kid is so smart. He's not, like I said, turning 9, and he's been reading for several years actually. He's smart as a whip along with his sisters. Anyway, so I wanted to make him a bookmark that's long enough to go into a chapter book. But the problem is, when I put it in here, it's going to hang out quite a bit. So I guess I won't worry about that too much. We'll just, I guess, cross that bridge when we come to it. The original design did not have the bookmark hanging off so far. So they probably cut a shorter bookmark than I did, but, you know, we'll go with it. Okay, let's try to get this nicely bordered. Okay, and then I have a hole punch, and I have a pair of fabric scissors because I have some ribbon that we are going to cut, and we're going to punch a hole in here and cut some ribbon so that he has a little ribbon on the end of his bookmark to hang off the end of his book. So I think this can be dry enough. So let's just, and this is just a standard hole punch. And I'm assuming I can get this centered right and punched. Oof, very good. Okay, now I'm going to cut this at an angle. Oh, that wasn't very good. Look at that. Let's try this again. Okay. You know, guys, I was trained from an early age. You only use fabric scissors on fabric, never on paper. So these are specifically my fabric scissors. And of course I have paper scissors, several paper scissors. Okay, now what I'm going to do is cut this at an angle too, and we'll set that off to the side. Now, one thing I learned, I just kind of put it in here for getting the right length. So now what we're going to do, or approximately the same length, we're going to put it together like this. We're going to stick it in here in the hole. And I learned this trick. I'm sure a lot of people know this trick, so I didn't learn it until, I don't know, maybe a year ago, which is kind of silly because I've worked with ribbon a lot. So I'm just sticking it through the loop and pulling it tight like that. Now, if Noah wants to read, you know what, maybe I will do it backwards. Hang on. Let's look at this. Let's put the loop through the back side. And we'll do it like that so that the loop will have a nicer front. Okay, I think that'll be, yeah, I think that's better, isn't it? Okay, now what I could do to make that stay is put a little bit of glue in here because, you know, this is grosgrain ribbon. It is sometimes a little slippery. So I'm just going to glue it like that. And hopefully it will stay put for Noah. Okay. Up. Oh, look what it did. It kind of made a stain on the inside. It didn't really stay. Huh. Okay, let me hold it just a little longer. I could use my Beacon 3-in-1 glue. I could do that. I thought this would work on fabric, but maybe it's not going to. let's just give it a little shot. I don't think it's going to work. Look at that, even stained the ribbon. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back. This is my Beacon 3-in-1 glue, and this is, it dries clear. It's what they call instant grab, and it's fast dry. So I use this a lot of times when I'm making cards that have, that I want to be sturdy. So let's go ahead and put this on here. Okay, we'll put it in the same spot, and we'll move this up like this, and I'll just hold it. So it's pretty smelly, so I wouldn't want to work with it a lot or for a long amount of time unless there was an open window. Speaking of, it is so nice outside here in Iowa. The temperatures have gotten so comfortable, and I mean, nighttime lows I think got into the 50s the last couple nights, so it's really been nice. So let me close that up here. And I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt in the craft room and there's no fans going at all, which is kind of a nice change actually. So let me just hold this, just, you know what, maybe I could put something. Oh no, I think it's working. Unfortunately, the glue has kind of stained through, but I don't think Noah will care. Okay, I don't think he will. So let's set this aside just for a second. And I have this Simon Says stamp, evergreen ink. I don't think they make this anymore. They revamped their inks a while back, and these are old. I've had them several years. So, but I'm going to use them until they dry up. And then I have this Made to Surprise by Sam Calcott stamp set. All these birthday greetings. So what I'm going to do is big birthday wishes. So we'll take that out of the package and get that stamped on the inside. Okay, and I will use my Misty for this just in case something doesn't go right. I'm going to stamp it on the inside. Okay. Get my magnet going here. Get it centered. Oh, you know what? I just remembered something. This is going to be preventing the lid from closing. So let's turn it this way. And we'll stamp it this direction. Okay, then it won't matter. It won't matter if this little bit hangs out. Okay, and then we'll just do it in a different direction. Okay, make sure that stays well. Let's get it inked. Okay. Oh, I kind of got messy with the inking on the lid, but that's okay. We'll use my little hockey puck. Technically, it's an air hockey thing, isn't it? It's not a hockey puck. Shaped like a hockey puck. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I need to stamp again. Look at that. It did not stamp that great. So, let's do this again. I wonder, sometimes, you know, this magnet that I use, I think literally gets in the way. So I'm going to keep it on, but I'm going to move it over, and we'll try this again. Something with the level of the magnet is maybe interfering with the levels of the paper, if that makes any sense at all. Let's see. Oh, that's so much better. Love that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and where'd my cloth go? Hang on. I moved it over here. I like to wipe things off right away so that I don't forget and make it a mess. And it doesn't hurt if it dries on there. It doesn't hurt it a bit, but I just want to get it done while I'm going. Kind of like when you're cooking a big meal and you kind of clean up as you go. I don't do that with everyday cooking, but when I'm doing a big thing, that's what I like to do. Okay, big birthday wishes. Now, before I get everything on here, I'm going to go ahead and do my Handcrafted with Love stamp. If you've been following me for a little while, you know that's what I like to stamp on the back of each card that I make. Doesn't matter what kind of card it is. As long as it gets, there you go, Handcrafted with Love by, and then I will write my signature right there. Okay. Now, so we have this nice little square card, and we have our bookmark for Noah. We'll just stick it in here. It does take up quite a bit of room. That's unfortunate. I might just make a bigger envelope than I was going to make, and because I make envelopes too, so I may just have to do that. But isn't that adorable? Really adorable. So let's see what else I can stamp here. I think I will stamp It's Your Day and put it here. Okay, because there's no sentiment here at all yet, and I think we need a sentiment. Okay, so now I need to get some cardstock, so hang on. Okay, I literally pulled this little square of white cardstock out of the garbage because I have been, I'll get that out of the way. I have been doing some stamping of different things earlier this morning, so I think this is very risky. No, you know what? I'm going to take some washi tape because I do want to do it in my MISTI just in case it doesn't stamp right. Okay, so we'll put this little roll of tape on the back of the square, and I'm just going to center it here. Okay, we'll take this one off, the big birthday wishes, and we'll put the It's Your Day on here. It just barely fits. I don't even have to do any trimming. Cool. And we'll do it in the same green. So let's get this where you can see it. And we'll get it stamped. I don't want to press overly hard because I don't want it to kind of splodge out of the lines, because sometimes that happens with sentiment stamps. Oh, I need to do it again. Good thing I taped it. Look at that. That did not quite take. And it's on the your, so let's concentrate more on that side. We'll do this again. It might be that I need to add a little more paper, like this grid paper that comes with my MISTI, because I do have more. I just have it stored away. Link a little more. How about if I just press down like this? Okay, very good, very good. And let's wipe this off while I'm thinking about it. And we'll get this It's Your Day sentiment glued onto the front. And we'll take this off. Make sure my hands are dry enough after wiping off the stamp. Okay, get that out of the way for now. Bring the card back. I think what I'll do is I will run the edges of the sentiment in the ink pad. Okay, it kind of creates a little bit of a border. And just scrape it. Can you see that? Okay. We'll do it on all four sides. That way we won't have to add another layer of paper. And okay, so can you see that? Very good. It's Your Day. Okay, very good. We'll glue that on there. And we're going to put it right here. Now, one thing I also like to do for kids when they have a birthday is die cut their age that they're turning. Let's see, where do I want to put this little guy? I really don't want to cover up too many of the skunks because they're so adorable. Maybe if I do it like this, we'll just cover up one. Okay, it's your day. All right. Anyway, so Noah is turning 9, like I said, and I forgot to get my little die for the number, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with a scrap of cardstock, and I'm going to set this aside for now, and I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine, and I may have to zoom out. Now remember, I get this wrong usually, so there, I got it right the first time. Good deal. Okay, I have my plate in here, and I have my cutting plates over here. So one will go on the bottom. Then I will put the scrap of cardstock, and I'm going to tape it down so it doesn't shift. And then we'll put the top plate on, and we'll run it through. Whoop! Help if the glue is out of the way. I'll probably make, you know what? I should have used my other plate, my other platform. I'm going to do that. Take this out and put my magnetic plate in. This didn't come with a machine. It was an extra thing that I bought because I thought, hey, then you don't have to use as much tape. But that only works when your plates are flat, and mine are a little warped. So let's take this out, and I'll get my pick tool. We will take it out of the die. Boy, that tape was sticky. I want to stick to it. Yep, no piece. And all these little holes we'll just kind of work at till we get it poked out. Now, that's the 9, and I think I'll do another layer. So let's get it going through again, and we'll take off this little piece here and tape it down. Put the plate back on. I'm not going to care if the plates are totally lined up yet because normally you get them so that they're even, but with just that little tiny die, it's not necessary. You just run it through as far as you need to. Not like having a big die you have to work around. So let's get this. And then we will glue the 9s together before we glue them onto the card. Okay, so let's put this aside and get my glue. We'll glue the 9s. Now, what I could do is brush it with some green ink to go with, you know, the green. Oh, shoot! Look at that. I'm going to wipe that up real quick. I don't want that to get on my table, stick on my table. All right, now we'll take this one with the glue and we will stick it together. Okay. So let's bring the card back in here. Make sure that's dry. And boy, I have a mess here. Okay. So I could see that doesn't, I'm going to zoom in again. Whoop, I did it the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Okay. So this doesn't show up that great, so let's try just doing a little bit of inking this way. My pick tool is going to need to be wiped off, but that's okay. We can do that. Oh, okay. Let's try it again. And we'll, you know what I think I'll take a piece of scratch paper and press down on it. Again, I'm going to go into the garbage. You know, sometimes the stuff in your garbage is your friend. Let's see how it looks here. Oh, that's so much better. Look at that. That is so much better. If it looks a little like uneven, that's okay. That's not a big deal. I'll set this aside and we will glue this carefully. And this is going to dry pretty fast, so I'm not going to worry about it getting all over the card. I think I'll put it up here. Oh, let's get this center better. And again, I'm going to use this to kind of press down. I'm trying to be careful so I don't get the ink that's on this side on the back side. Okay, I think we're good. Throw that away. Okay, all right. There you go, guys. A card for Noah. Now, I was going to show you making the envelope for him, but I think the video has gone on long enough, so I think I'll just end it here after I close my glue. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I so appreciate you, and I hope you come back again. And to the new subscribers, if you're watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and hopefully we'll just keep growing and sharing and having a good time making cards together. So like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good things. I'd appreciate it. Take care, guys. Bye.